You want a single-flow, cinematic, three-act American-style true story retelling. Hook in the first 3 lines. Punchy, flowing, lived in, with only character names swapped. Keep, John Carter. And full immersion. Almost as if you're hearing it on a podcast or over a drink. Here's your script, written to your rules. Every transition seamless. Every beat tuned to natural, emotional, sometimes even exasperated storytelling. Let's get rolling. You ever notice how hell always comes disguised as community improvement? I mean, out here, I figured I'd left all that HOA nonsense in my rear view, traded in neighborly drama for dirt roads and the kind of peace you can actually feel in your bones. You know what I mean? Turns out, hell has wheels, and apparently, it knows how to find a fence line. Name's John Carter, 52, retired Navy, hard-headed, and maybe too stubborn for my own good. Bought this Texas ranch over a decade ago, mostly because I wanted my own orders to matter more than some spreadsheet or little clipboard someone waves in your face. Everything here's built by my hands. The barn, the fences, that janky well I had to dig twice. And for 12 years, I had peace, right down to the damn dirt. Then comes Tuesday. I'm just feeding horses, minding my own, when this sound, not tractor, not truck, just official, rattles the calm. Round the barn, and boom, there it is, a giant orange dumpster parked smack on my southeast corner. HOA community waste sticker like a sheriff's badge. For a second, I wondered if maybe I'd gotten senile, forgot where my own property line was. But nah, boundaries clear as day. Hell, I laminated that plat map and stuck it in the mudroom for moments just like this. I walk over, thinking there's gotta be a reason, some mix-up, right? Called the number on the side. Got chirpy cubicle lady. She sounds like she's never seen dirt under her nails. I rattle off the serial, tell her it's private property, and she starts reading from a script. Oh, that's the Prairie Oaks HOA unit. Is this not the designated zone? Designated by who, lady? Not by me. She puts me on hold, comes back extra sweet, tells me it was based on a site plan submitted by the board, marked as community accessible. I nearly laugh, or explode. Told her, that land's mine, private, no handshake, no deal. She promises follow-up. Nobody ever calls back. That's when the dumping started. At first it's just bags, boxes, nothing crazy. Then comes furniture, busted tile, somebody even tossed a rotting Christmas tree. I mean, in March, really? Thursday, I catch a silver SUV, woman in yoga pants, live, laugh, love sticker, looked at me like I was the crazy one when I say, ma'am, you're on private property, can't dump here. She waves, says Karen said this area was donated. I don't even know who Karen is yet, but let's just say the feeling's mutual. You're trespassing, I tell her. She rolls her eyes, leaves the bags, peels off. Friday, teenagers chuck a tire into the weeds. Call me old man. You ever want to strangle a stranger's kid just once? Yeah, that happened. By Saturday, I'm knee-deep, hauling trash with a wheelbarrow, cursing the universe, posting bright red, no dumping signs, even threatened to prosecute, for all the good it did. Trash kept coming, and by Sunday, I'd shelled out $500 of my own cash to get someone else's problem hauled away. Still telling myself it's gotta be a mistake, a wrong address, bad map, some idiot in a cubicle somewhere, until she showed up. White luxury crossover, sharp as a razor haircut, clipboard in hand, the whole nine. She walks over like we've got brunch plans. You must be Mr. Carter. I'm John Carter. This is my land. You here for more trash, or just setting up a recycling plant? Her smile could freeze sunlight. I understand there's been some confusion about community disposal placement. Lady, there's no confusion. You dumped a dumpster on my land. She whips out her site plan, calls it Shared Sanitation Point, Phase 4 Expansion, claims my shaded corner is now transitional buffer space for municipal use. I ask if she's joking. She's not. Our updated overlay is pending county approval, she says. You can contest it. The paperwork? Not approved. No signatures. Nothing. My deed predates your subdivision. I say. No easement. No deal. No donation. She just shrugs. Community voted unanimously. That's when my jaw really clenched. You can't vote on someone else's property. Her smile gets even tighter. Sometimes progress requires flexibility. I felt my blood pressure spike. That night, I drove to the county clerk's office, My file thicker than a phone book. No easement, no transfer, just the HOA's request, still pending. That dumpster? Still officially, legally, mine to deal with. Next morning, the war started for real. Some guy in a vest, community compliance, walks my fence, takes pictures of my barn, my water tank, my chicken coop, like he's mapping targets. I film him filming me, modern neighborly warfare. Then I find out the HOA's been telling everyone I volunteered my land for community use. Flyers and mailboxes, sustainability garbage, even my old photo from a newspaper pasted on top. All about your local environmental hero. Let me back up a sec. I nearly lost it. I check my security cam footage, see an HOA contractor sneak a tiny black camera into the dumpster lid. Yeah, they put a camera in the trash. Not making that up. I yank it, watch the footage, people dumping, me confronting, someone giving me the finger while unloading a futon. That's their game. Surveillance, manufactured outrage, public shaming. So fine. They want to watch, we'll both watch. I install my own high-res cameras, one on the barn, one on a pole facing the dumpster, one motion triggered by the fence. New signs, neon yellow. Illegal dumping is not community service. I ringed the dumpster with them. Looked less like a collection point and more like a protest camp. Guess what? Just brought more people out. Tailgates open, garbage tossed in. One lady even took a selfie. I document everything. Timestamps, license plates, spreadsheet, full war log. Then, a twist. Wake up to drills buzzing. 3 guys in safety vests bolting a temporary chain link fence around the dumpster, right on my land. They hang a sign. Prairie Oaks Community Sanitation Zone. Do not disturb. I film, don't shout. Just go inside and make a new sign. Sanctified shrine of HOA garbage, protected by bureaucracy since Tuesday. Plant rose bushes, solar lights, plastic flamingos, even a pink gnome flipping the bird. Add a motion sensor speaker that plays Beethoven anytime someone gets close. It goes viral. Kid with a drone puts it on Facebook. Comments split between genius and has he lost his mind? I don't care. That night, my mailbox delivers a letter from my insurance. The HOA filed a safety complaint. Photo attached, my dumpster, my gnome. Threatens to hike my premium if I don't remove hazards. That's when I knew it was time to lawyer up. Called Sandra Louise, local legend. Eats contractors for breakfast. Told her, HOA trash on my land. Fence I didn't authorize. Someone tried to kill my insurance with a gnome. She takes the case. Files civil encroachment notice. Demands they clear everything in 10 days, or we go to court. HOA lawyer, silk tie type, claims community partnership rights. Pending guidelines, no signage. Sandra hits back with photos, deeds, a copy of their zoning request, still pending. Then she files a full-blown lawsuit. Trespass, nuisance, defamation, the works. Cue the next counterattack. HOA flyers, this time painting me as the rogue property owner, threatening community cleanliness. Includes a blurry photo of me with a trash bag, warns of fire hazards. People start calling, and the fire marshal comes by, clipboard in hand. HOA says you've got combustibles near livestock. I show him around, try to be polite. He leaves, shaking his head. Then Sandra calls. She's found the smoking gun. The HOA submitted a zoning map with my corner deliberately shifted into their overlay. Pending, not approved, but they printed flyers like it was a done deal. That's forgery, and it opens all kinds of legal doors. Sandra files a motion, demands all their internal communications. Next day, the HOA hits back with a cease and desist, accusing me of harassment and unauthorized surveillance. You believe that? Filming on my own land, now a crime. Sandra counters with a protective order, plus a highlight reel of trash dumpers flipping me off. Court date set. Trial day feels like a small-town football final. Judge, old and no-nonsense. Sandra loaded for bear. HOA crew looking like they still think money can buy reality. Sandra's opening. They trespassed, manipulated documents, defamed, harassed. The videos play, dumpster delivery, trash dumping, the hidden camera, the flyers, the insurance threat, the rats, the fence, even the gnome. Karen sits stone-faced. Witnesses testify, an old neighbor with aerial photos, a former board member who quit over all the rule bending, a neighbor who'd been told I volunteered the land. Final video, Me calmly asking a woman not to dump trash, showing her my deed as she flips me off and drives away. Judge leans back. You could feel the temperature drop. His verdict's pure music. My land, my rights. The HOA trespassed, tried to rewrite the rules, forged documents, surveilled and harassed. Karen gets barred from any HOA for 10 years, personal fine, possible fraud charges. HOA has 72 hours to clear every trace from my land. $65,000 in damages to me, a formal apology to every household, contractor fined, HOA shamed. The judge even tells their lawyer, if you bring me fiction again, come in costume. Courtroom laughs. I don't, but I'll admit, it's satisfying. Outside, news crews are waiting, drone kid buzzing overhead. I just nod, walk to my truck. That night, I sit on my porch, stare at the patch where the dumpster used to be, and finally, after weeks, breathe again. Sandra calls to confirm the payout hit my account. Insurance reinstated, neighbors slowly come around. Even the guy who thought I'd volunteered the land. Karen? Vanished. House for sale. Last seen taking a job in Houston. HOA goes quiet. New president brings a lemon pie. Says sorry. A week later, I throw a barbecue. Neighbors, Sandra, a handful of friends. Even the mayor, who hands me a certificate for property defense. And, yeah, for the garden. That night, we hang a wooden sign on the fence. No bureaucracy beyond this point. Sleep comes easy, finally, just the wind and the old barn door creaking. Month later, grass has grown over the scar. Roses bloom where protest took root. The gnome keeps flipping the bird under solar lights. We call it the Festival of Freedom from HOA Tyranny. Started as a joke, ended with brisket, music, moonshine in a kombucha bottle, and a little girl patting the gnome. That's the brave gnome who beat the garbage queen, she whispers. I nearly choke laughing. Next morning, I walk the fence, breathe deep. Just birds, sun, peace. I look down at that sign, grin, and mutter, next time they better bring 2 dumpsters. And with that, I turn back to the barn, feed the horses, and get on with living, free, stubborn, and finally at peace on land that, by God, is still mine. So tell me, you ever had to fight for what's yours? Let me know. I got some advice if you need it, and maybe even a gnome you can borrow.